All right. Haven't reminded anybody in a while, but don't forget that if you've got some nice, soothing, wordless music, you could put that on in the background. So go ahead and adjust any speakers. This will be the volume and pace that I'll pretty much be moving at. And we've been talking about so many things. Think about all the things that we carry with us and take on. It's sort of been an interesting theme through the discussion. So take a moment and feel everything in your body right now, as many things as you can hold in your mind. Feel of any tingling sensations inside your body, what the tips of your toes feel like. Scan an arc through your fingertips, not all 10 at once. Start at the thumbs and move them over towards the pinkies. Back to the toe tips. And what the support beneath you feels like. You can feel the thing beneath you, of you pressing up into it. Pondering for a second where gravity is and your sense of gravity and weight in all this. And the micro movements of your lungs, your rib cage, spaces in between them. The feel of your head pressing back. The feeling of your scalp. Back to your lungs and rib cage. Did you start holding any tension after I said notice everything? Like somehow more awareness or paying attention and that effort resounded through the body, like the body responded to it. And see if on the next breath out, you can imagine that tension just drifting off with the out breath. Asking yourself, what would it feel like if each breath felt more comfortable and relaxing than the last? What would that feel like? Would I want it to happen fast or slow? What about the feeling of the air on your skin? And of course, where the clothes touch the skin. So many things are being noticed by our bodies, being processed through our minds. And our conscious awareness is like a channel that we flip. Oh, I'll pay attention to this now. Oh, I'll pay attention to that now. Well, flip the channel to the state of your whole being station. We'll make it one. And just tune into yourself for a couple of breaths. Noticing the impulses to change things. The drive to improve or make better. Or what if just for a moment, all of that's allowed to slip away and just being with yourself could be as fantastic as you want it to be. But what's better than fantastic? That point where you wouldn't want to even change it. Allowing yourself to ride the pleasurable sensations and note any others that you may wish to ponder later. So we're moving on to the part where we remind ourselves of those inner drives, that passion, that purpose, that sense of direction. Those things we aim to and allow to strive towards, and in no way making us obsessive or oblivious. These lofty goals, these things that we want to emanate, that we want to personify. And we've been using the word sankalpa, right? A short phrase of personal resolve. Go ahead and bring your sankalpa to your mind now. And say it to yourself 3 times in your head, just to know the shape of it. And just pondering it and structuring it into a phrase, a thought form. That's enough for right now. So I'm just going to let that go and move on. So for the body rotation, I ask you to visualize parts of your body as clearly as you can in your mind's eye. If you can picture them, that's perfectly okay. It's great. Do that. If a clear image doesn't come to your mind, first of all, don't worry. We're not using our physical eyes to look. We're using our inner eye. So that's why I say visualize, imagine. Now, as was intuited earlier this week, I'm going to go ahead and start making Reiki available to you. Reiki is just universal life force. You could imagine it as an extra oomph or flow, or reject it and not even worry about it. It is completely your choice. But as I call each body part to mind, you visualize it, and you can visualize the universal life force flowing into that body part as you visualize it. If you're not comfortable with that, simply imagine like a visual representation of relaxation going in. Just feeling that body part relax, or imagining it opening up and relaxing. Starting with the right hand thumb. Right first finger. Right middle finger. Right ring finger. Right little finger. Palm of hand. Back of hand. Wrist. Forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Shoulder. Armpit. Right side of chest. Right side of waist. Right hip. Right thigh. Knee. Shin. Ankle. Heel. Sole of foot. Top of foot. Right big toe. Right second toe. Right third toe. Right fourth toe. Right fifth toe. Instead of sleeping, please be sure that you're following the sound of my voice. At any time during any of this practice, you can remind yourself that you are safe and in control. Left hand thumb. Left first finger. Left middle finger. Left ring finger. Left little finger. Palm of hand. Back of hand. Wrist. Forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Shoulder. Armpit. Left side of chest. Left side of waist. Left hip. Left thigh. Knee. Shin. Ankle. Heel. Sole of foot. Top of foot. Left big toe. Left second toe. Left third toe. Left fourth toe. Left fifth toe. Please be sure that you're following the sound of my voice rather than sleeping. all 10 toes, both feet, both heels, both ankles, both calves, both knees, both thighs, both buttocks, lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, spine, back of neck, back of head, top of head, forehead, eyebrows, temples, ears, cheeks, eyes, all the muscles around the eyes, nose, nostrils, lips, chin, jaw, teeth, tongue, roof of mouth, back of throat, front of throat, collar bones, chest, abdomen, pelvis, right leg, left leg, right arm, left arm, right side of head, left side of head, right side of body, left side of body, back of body, front of body, whole body, whole body, whole physical body, letting this go. Imagine that the soles of your feet soften and start to turn transparent. Imagine that looking through the bottoms of your feet, you can see into the caves of self, running all the way up through the body to the skull, brightly lit. So there's just light on the far end, up where the crown chakra would be, up at the top of the head. But back here, back down at the feet, you can feel a breeze sort of pull you in gently and push you back slowly. And yes, you've realized it's your breath moving through the caves of self. Now, imagine that you can clean the caves, either with a magical power washer, scrubbing bubbles. Doesn't matter what you visualize. Or if you're the one in there scrubbing hard, maybe 1,000 little magical brooms humming a Disney song does it for you. But start to speed up time in your mind's eye, just a little, just a fraction, and let the cleaning commence. Allow the sensations to be pleasurable and become more so. And also, if you haven't noticed already, the cleaner these caves, the smoother that current is through them, that breath of life moving in and out. And if one sped up version has already reached the top of the caves, you can go back again, clean it down another layer, open it up. And it's okay if you hear things like musical notes or laughter. It's okay if all you hear is the breeze moving back and forth. But eventually, they'll have cleaned to the point where the light starts to refract from that opening cave at the very tip, lighting all of them up. The entire cave system, to where light is shining out of the bottoms of your feet. Use the next couple of breaths to clean them out even further. Polish them up. Excellent. And let that visualization go, knowing that if you enjoyed any part of it, you can come back to it. I'm going to call to mind various feelings. And as I do, try to picture them throughout the body system as thoroughly and entirely as you can. Imagine feeling stalled, like you were looking forward to something and you find yourself at the end of a line. Like you were going somewhere and then there's traffic. Like you're waiting on the results, but the test isn't back yet. Feel the frustration. Look for that part in your body of wishing it was in control and wishing things would go your way, my way. If. And then section off a part of your mind and watch that version of you lose their temper over things they can't control. And the momentary feel good of release, and then the shame and the guilt. You watch all that roller coaster too. And you notice any tensions or shifting that happened in your body, even if you just suspect. J'accuse you, lower back. You're not quite like you were before. Just look, notice, take a big breath in, and willingly allow those parts to soften and let go. And now take yourself to any memories of early access, of quick pass, of things flowing, almost supernaturally easy. Like you had just left your slippers in the right place and you came up and there they were, ready, done, putting them on, moving on. That hitting one green light after the other. And it's like, oh, it started to turn yellow just as you went under, but you're on it. And the speed adjusts and you're cruising along, knowing you'll make it through the next light too. And then that freedom of that being the last light, and you don't have to worry about any lights now. You can just cruise on. Of being told, go ahead. And then finally, that feeling of giving yourself permission. When you're like, oh yeah, I've reasoned this out, and this is what I'm going to do. Even beyond the indulgent one. We've all had those well thought out ones. It's like, yeah, oh no, I'm going to do this. And that tingle from the back of the skull down the back of the body. Letting this go, call to mind the following items: objects, and generally any other noun we come across at this point. A present. A present. A present. Ripped up wrapping paper. Ripped up wrapping paper. Ripped up wrapping paper. Something shiny in the garbage. Something shiny in the garbage. Something shiny in the garbage. The lid on a garbage bin. The lid on a garbage bin. The lid on a garbage bin. A screen door. A screen door. A screen door. Flies buzzing around a porch light. Flies buzzing around a porch light. Flies buzzing around a porch light. A frog. A frog. A frog. The sound of frogs chirping in the night. The sound of frogs chirping in the night. The sound of frogs chirping in the night. The reflection of the moon. The reflection of the moon. The reflection of the moon. The reflection of the moon on a pond of water, alive with the sounds of nighttime, of bullfrogs croaking, tree frogs and crickets chirping, almost overwhelming. But then it balances out into the beautiful sounds of nature at night. You look at this shiny pond in the night with the reflection of the moon in it. And you know it's a portal to somewhere special. Certain carvings poke out from the tall grasses and reeds here and there around the pond. And though you may not recognize all the carvings, you do know that they're forms of protection. Almost as if they were put there so they could be activated when somebody noticed them. Funny things like that. As you get yourself to bare feet and step up to the edge of the pond, as the water shifts, you see stairs start to lead below. And at first, there was a little sensation as you touch the water. But it quickly becomes second nature. It's not cold. It's not warm. It's just moving through something else. And you can breathe in it. So as you step the next step after the next step down, you find that you're able to swim or walk, just depending on what your mood is. As you go deeper, you see schools of fish dart by, which doesn't seem to make perfect sense since you thought you were in a pond. But now all around you is this liquid medium that you can breathe as well. And you move further and deeper into what feels more and more like what you would imagine the ocean to be like. Hints of large creatures far, far off in the distance. Headed towards a glow, a dim glow that reveals itself to be the ruins of a city beneath the sea. And you're entering through what was probably once the Western Gate. Noticing the remains of buildings and roads and as you walk further into the city, move further into the city, It's like a shimmering veil is lifted, and the city seems to rebuild itself in your mind's eye, to the point that you're walking down an ancient street filled with sounds and people moving along these busy streets. And you notice the way they're dressed, the sound of children playing nearby. And you turn the corner and look down a street that's been closed off. There's barriers with a sign that clearly indicates you shouldn't go down that way. And what looked like storefronts and stalls sort of boarded up and left. And you know you can hear the bustle of a city, but this street seems unused, unloved, missing something vital. And even though you know you shouldn't, you step around the barrier and walk a little ways down this road, seeing closed doors and open windows. And then beside a building, you see something sparkle and catch your eye, something shiny. And you bend down and pick it up. And it's okay if you don't quite know everything about it. But it has a sort of resonance to it. And you decide to walk back to the barriers and around the corner and down another street. And you find a street fair going on. So many people packed in this street doing business, showing off, communicating, telling stories, laughing, life. There's just a vitality here. And you start to notice that your little shiny ground score appears here and there throughout the festival. You start to smell foods that catch your attention and hear sounds. And you inquire, what are they celebrating? And the person you ask cocks their head and answers you, both of you a little amazed that you can understand each other. And they tell you, we're celebrating many things, but this particular festival is celebrating a root vegetable. And you both laugh. And you say, what, like a carrot? And you get a shrug. Yeah, it's quite a common root. We use it in everything, in our dyes, in our foods. It variety of purposes and uses. And so we'd like to just get together and celebrate this very simple, humble thing that is in so much of our lives. You thank them, Take a moment to notice the similarities. And then, like a breeze disturbing a wave, you're standing in the ruins of the city under the sea, hearing the echoes of the past around you. You take a moment to express gratitude to a part of you that was willing to resonate and unlock this memory for you in this space that was created to do so. And feeling supported by your higher selves, you exit the city back through the gate. Back through the voluminous ocean. Back to the stairs. Feeling yourself exit the reflecting pond with the protective statues, and feeling that pool, that coating, that layering of the reflecting pool's water coat you, encapsulate you. And as you fully exit, you hear a ding. Knowing that the journey is powering the protection is a gift for you. You stare up at the night sky. And from here, you let your thoughts come, you let your thoughts go. And just like a cloud in the sky, it's not there for you to judge. It's not there for you to change. It's not there for you to stop. It's just a cloud in the sky. Where are you? Where is your practice? Now, with as little disturbance as possible, bring to mind once again your sankalpa, your short phrase of personal resolve, that lofty, noble goal or aim. And if you haven't already, say your sankalpa 3 times now with firm resolve deep in the mind space. And let it go. You don't have to do anything, be on the lookout for it, nothing else. Just let it go. And when you see it in your life, be willing to help it. Go ahead and start coming back to your body, all the way back to your physical body, wiggling the parts that need wiggling, stretching and rocking the parts that need stretching and rocking. Don't just jump up and start doing backflips. Allow that life to return and taking a moment to make it a complete practice for yourself, whatever that means. And if you're on your back, you roll onto your right side first. Hari Om Tat Sat, friends. That's been Psychic Sleep for 8/2/20. As always, you can stay in chat if you want to for a little bit of processing. Also, if you want to bounce, that's perfectly okay as well. Self-care is the best care.